With enough projects, we get to a point where there are too many tasks to choose from. Even our tag lists, where we've separated things, organized them by people, places, tools, events, mindsets, they grow too big. To show this, I'm going to add a few more projects to our example database here to give a sense of that. Each of these tasks have been given a tag themselves, and when we look at our tagged view with Command 3, you can see, if I open all of these up, quite a lot of tasks that may make it hard for me to decide in any one day what to do. One of the things we can do to help us decide what to do next is to use dates. And there are two kinds that OmniFocus uses: due dates and defer dates. Let's look at due dates now. Returning to our project perspective with Command 2, let's say I have some guests coming over in 2 days, and I want to pick up the living room by the end of the evening tomorrow. I want the entire project here due by tomorrow at 9 p.m. I can select the due field of the project itself and type tomorrow, or TOM, short for tomorrow, space 9p. All of these tasks have now become yellow. That means they're due soon. If we look at our tagged view, Command 3, we can see all of these here again, yellow. Wherever we look at these tasks in our system, we'll know that they're due soon. It's just another way to help us decide what to do next. If your tasks don't look this way, let's take a quick look at your preferences. You can open your preferences with Command comma and go to your Dates and Times tab. Make sure that due soon is set to 2 days. You can always change this at some other point, but for our demonstration here, I'm leaving it at 2 days. Anything beyond 2 days will not turn yellow. Once it is 2 days away, tasks will turn yellow and let you know that that task is due soon. So what do you do about things that are due more than 2 days from now? Of course, you can't just focus on things that are that close. Otherwise, some larger projects will be hard to tackle if you suddenly find out about them 2 days in advance. Let's add a few more due dates to your other projects and see how we can handle them. Returning to our project view, I'm going to say I've got work to do for my brother's wedding here. I need to find out who's going to attend the bachelor party pretty soon. Let's say the wedding is not far off, but I need to know this, let's say in 2 weeks. I'll add this 2W. I need to get the list of people planning to use the charter bus and then call them. So let me change these around. And I will put this one down by 1 week and this one by 1 week as well. Let's take a look at some other ones here. What else? Let's say Office Internet has something to be done soon. I want to make sure at our next meeting I discuss this, and that happens to be in 1 week. Okay. Now, as I go through these and as you go through your own, make sure you only add due dates to tasks and projects that genuinely need them. I strongly encourage you to not get in the habit of entering false dates. One of the most important matters with task management, if not the most important, is managing your trust of the system. You can't force trust. It comes from an unconscious part of ourselves. It's not something we have control over. We can create conditions that improve trust, but we can't force a feeling. If you're not honest with your system, that unconscious part of your mind will grow to distrust the system, and then you'll probably abandon it because you know it's no longer realistic. It's not supporting you, whether it's because there's too much there, or it doesn't take into account things you want to do or would like to get to, among many other possibilities. You got to have a feeling like this thing supports me. Once we have things settled, we can look at our due tasks arranged more clearly using our forecast view. If we open up our sidebar with Option Command S, We can see forecast view here, and even a little highlight here to let us know that something's due soon. We can also get there with Command 4. Just to review, Command 1 was inbox, Command 2 is projects, Command 3 tags, Command 4 now is our forecast view. Here our sidebar includes a calendar. We can open and close that, but for now, let's leave it open because that's helpful to us. Let's also take a look at our settings. I'm going to set it to columns and remove everything but the due date. And hit save. This simplifies the view. I can now clearly see everything lined up by when things are next due. It's a much simpler list than what we had with our tags. It's not to say that our tag list isn't helpful still. We can still do quite a lot with it. We can go to any one of our tags and sit down and just do the work in any of these places that we want. But sometimes we'd also have a clear idea of what our responsibilities are and address them well in advance of their due date.